Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast today, and a good one we have for you. The annual Glenville Festival takes place this weekend. Cleveland Councilman Jeff Johnson is here to tell us what to expect at this year's big event in the Glenville area. Then Rochelle Gloss will explain how new attractions in downtown Cleveland are impacting cruises on the Cuyahoga River. We'll have a good time with that one, too. Later in the broadcast, Michelle Carver of the United Way of Greater Cleveland will talk about the organization's annual campaign. Good morning again. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we begin with a very good friend, Cleveland City Councilman from Ward 8, Jeff Johnson. Good to see you, Jeff.
Good to be here again.
Jeff and I are both from the Glenville area, and we talk about it all the time.
Two tar-blooders today.
Two tar-blooders from Glenville High School. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that Glenville Community Festival that you, as a Cleveland City Councilman, are very much involved in. Tell us about it.
Well, you know, this is a 36th year. It was started by former Mayor, then Councilman Mike White, and for 36 years we've been putting this on in the Glenville community, and it's our way of just saying, you know, all the, you know, good and bad times during the year, every August we get together and just have a good party, free and accessible.
And that's going to be Saturday, August the 10th.
August 10th, Saturday, starting at 12 noon for the festival.
Yeah. What kind of entertainment and activities are you going to have this year?
Well, our headliner, every year we have what we consider to be a national act, and this year is Houdini. Many folks are excited about that. And then part of what we do at the festival, we bring a lot of local talent. So 5 stages of entertainment from children to adults, and we go from 12 noon to 8 p.m. with music, food, and information.
For people who may not be aware, tell us where Glenville is roughly on the northeast side of Cleveland.
Well, it's definitely, it starts at 88th and St. Clair, and it flows all the way to the lakefront, and it goes all the way to Wade Park, on 105th and Wade Park. So if you think about the eastern boundaries, think about basically 105th Street, at Midway.
Yeah.
And then we always go all the way to Eddy Road area, a little further past that. And so from 88th to basically Eddy Road area is Glenville, north to south. And you know, I actually went to Colorado High School, but I grew up in Glenville, and it is a wonderful community. And we're going to be excited to do this for the 36th year. Yeah.
And you live about 5 houses away from where I grew up, right on Parkgate Avenue, right at the corner.
They say a stone's throw away.
Parkgate and Parkside, that's where you're located.
Absolutely.
Let me hold this up, and we'll get a shot of this while we continue to talk about why is this so important? By the way, the movers and shakers behind this are Councilman Jeff Johnson, who's with me, and also Councilman Kevin Conwell. Why is this so important to us?
Well, you know, we love to bring the children. We have a children's world, and we allow them to, at the very young age, sing and do their talent, and we're able to provide them the opportunity just to grow and just to have fun with their neighbors. We also bring the seniors in, so we just want to bring everyone in from the community. It's a family event. We never have had any problems. We have the security, we have the support of the community. We also have some great sponsors. You know, we have Third Federal, we have Neon, as well as the Sewer District, as well as Kevin Conwell's working with me too. So it's like we put it together, my team puts it together every year, and we just want folks to come and have fun. And
that's going to be Saturday, August the 10th. We got 3 minutes to go on in this section here. But going to be Saturday, August the 10th, and you're going to start with a parade. Starts around 10 o'clock and goes.
First of all, at 9 o'clock, Famigos Foundation, along with my office, we do a 5K run. Those folks who want to run for a little while can get up at 9 a.m. and run. Then at 10 o'clock, we kick off our parade from 105th and Superior. We go up 105th Street north, go west to 88th Street. We always have a great parade, and this year we're just going to continue to fight and do the best we can. Judge Gene Merle Capers is our parade marshal, and so it'll be fun as well. And then we'll go from there to the festival.
That's great. That's great. I wanted to talk a little bit about the history of this community. Glenville has such an historic history. I mean, the 2 guys who invented Superman back in the late 1930s came out of Glenville.
Exactly.
Siegel and Schuster. They came out of Glenville.
Yeah, Amore Avenue and Kimberly Avenue. Yeah. And of course, we have our historic designation for that. It is a wonderful historic district. Once was called the North Coast, as we was growing up, you know that. Right. And I continue to fight to maintain that wonderful housing. It's the struggle, but we still have the wonderful people who take care of the community. We're dealing with the crime issues. We're dealing with other issues. But this festival, for anybody who comes, will see just how much pride Glenville still has and how much excitement we still have. We're not dead by any stretch of the imagination, so we're alive and well, and we'll keep on.
Whenever I talk to Councilman Jeff Johnson or Councilman Kevin Conwell, who is working with you on this community festival parade, you always mention Glenville.
Yes.
It comes up in the first 10 seconds of our meeting. Hello,
Yes.
Tarbloodle, or hello, Glenville.
Yeah.
Tarbloodle
A lot
is
of pride.
the nickname for the Glenville High School football and
we're proud of you. We
basketball
always give you a shout out that you're one of us.
Well, I will remain one of you. It was 17 years my parents lived in the Glenville area, and I was growing up. It was just so historic for us. You want everybody to have a lot of fun on this event on Saturday, August the 10th.
Yes. Yeah, we want people to come out. We have information. We have food. You can go, whether you go for ribs or whether you go for information about foster care. We have 150 vendor booths, and we have all the food and all the entertainment you need. And so,
and once again, your big music makers are going to be the hip hop group Houdini.
Yeah, for those
Houdini,
who remember the song Friends and an assortment of others, yes.
And how late do you go with this event now?
We'll go to 8 o'clock. It's still daylight when we break up, and so safe, and we just encourage everyone to come on out.
And you have the police there, and everybody has a wonderful time. Lots of food.
Lots of food.
Ribs
of all
and all
kinds.
of that.
Ribs and healthy food as well, you know, because we're a big, healthy Cleveland is involved as well.
We all need a little rib every now and then.
Exactly right.
Okay. Jeff Johnson, Cleveland Councilman from Ward 8 from the Glenville area, thank you so much for being on the broadcast.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
Tell everybody in Glenville we said, hey,
we'll do that.
You will probably see me at the event this year, too.
Outstanding. Thanks.
Thank you, Jeff Johnson. We're logging on to Newsnet5.com each week to see what's coming up on Kaleidoscope. But coming up next, summer cruises on the Cuyahoga River. We'll have a good time with that in a moment. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope. You know, there are a number of new attractions in downtown Cleveland, and operations manager for the Good Time 3, the cruise ship, Rochelle Gluss, is here to explain how these new venues are having an impact on summer cruises on the Cuyahoga River. Hey, Rochelle.
Hi.
Things are well on the Good Time 3,
The
cruise boat, headquartered at North Coast Harbor.
Yes, they're great.
Just a wonderful, wonderful thing. Tell me about how all these new attractions in downtown Cleveland are affecting you and the others who work on the Good Time 3, the sailing vessel which goes up the Cuyahoga River and out into Lake Erie.
Well, the main way that they're affecting us is they're bringing people into Cleveland, and they're bringing new people into Cleveland, which is exciting for us. It also changes the dynamic of our trip, because one of the things that we take a lot of pride in is showing people this is Cleveland's past, this is its present, and this is its future. And these new attractions are giving us new things to show people, and it's exciting.
I was on the boat just the other day. We had a wonderful time.
We loved
I had a group
having
of
you.
29 people, all family members, kind of a family reunion. Were in town, and they just enjoyed it going up the river, and so did I, learning about it with the narrated tour on the Good Time 3. It's just a wonderful, wonderful time. What's your target audience for getting passengers to take the cruise?
The beauty of it is we really don't have one. We welcome all ages, all variety. We have tons of different types of cruises that people can come out for. So we get a lot of families during the day for our narrated lake and river tours. We also get a lot of corporate groups that bring out their clients to entertain them. Then at night on our dance cruises and our happy hour cruises, we get a 21 and over crowd that's just looking to enjoy themselves and enjoy the lakefront.
And you can stay inside in air-conditioned comfort, or you can go on top there.
That is true.
On the deck and just enjoy the sunshine as it comes in, or the moonlight as it comes in on your evening cruises as well. The Good Time 3 has been around for a long time now. I mean, this is the third ship, of course, but the Good Time concept has been on Lake Erie and on the Cuyahoga River for many years now.
Yes, we've been a part of Cleveland for 55 years, and we're very proud of that, and we hope to be around for a much longer time.
Yeah. There's a new mural by the Quicken Loans Arena that shows the Good Time 3 with other icons in the city. You got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Terminal Tower, the West Side Market. They're all what do you feel about having you're one of the icons?
I love that. We love to be placed with those icons in Cleveland. We love to be considered one of those, and we take a lot of pride in the city and being part of that.
Tell me about the different kinds of tours you have, the daytime and the nighttime.
Okay, we run daytime tours that are narrated lake and river tours. So we do 2 hours. We leave at noon and 3 every day, and we go out normally up the Cuyahoga River, and we have a narrated tour. The captain ad-libs. Captain Bruce is an historian of Cleveland himself. He knows everything there is to know about Cleveland, which is nice and helpful. So he tells everybody a little bit about it, and then we go out on the lake, weather permitting, and enjoy the lakefront.
In your job as operations manager, what do you have to do?
I have to work closely with the captain to make sure that everyone's safe on board. That's always #1 priority. And then next to that is customer service. We pride ourselves on providing the best customer service in Cleveland.
Yeah.
We monitor that on a daily basis, whether it's on board the ship, through conversations and building relationships with our customers. And we also monitor online advising sites such as TripAdvisor to make sure that we're getting the feedback we need. And luckily, we've been seeing really good results. Our TripAdvisor score is very high. We love to see that. And then when we see something negative, we take that and we turn it around, and we try to make sure we're always meeting the needs of our customers.
As we talk about, you talked about building relationships on board. There are relationships of marriage which take place too. I'll bet.
Yes, there are.
Many people who get married on the
Yes,
Good Time
there
Tour.
are. Our captain is licensed, Captain Bruce, to perform marriages, as is Captain Rick, so we get people coming out looking for that. It's just a different venue. It's something that people remember for a really long time. It's not your traditional wedding, which is what people are looking for.
Yeah, yeah. How long you been doing this? How long you been on board?
I've been on board for 8 years.
And the Good Time concept has been here for 55 years.
Yes, so I'm just a small portion of it.
What do people say about it? What do you hear people saying? I mean, you overhear conversations as you walk on the deck there. What do you hear people saying?
One of the things that we really love to hear is how surprised people are with how beautiful the city is. I just talked to a gentleman on a trip the other day who was from New Jersey. He had just moved here, and he said, you know, in New Jersey he heard a lot of bad stuff about Cleveland. Why would you want to go there? And he said that through our trip and just living in the city in general, that it's such a beautiful city, and he gets to take that back to New Jersey and spread that to people. So we love to show people a different side of Cleveland that they don't get to see on land. We get to take them out on the water and show them their lakefront, their skyline, and say, look how beautiful this city is.
City is really beautiful. As I told you, I had a family reunion, and we had people from all over the country, and we had and everybody who comes from someplace else, when they see Lake Erie, they say, I heard you had a lake. I didn't know it was an ocean. Everybody's so surprised by that. And
we hear that a lot.
And it really gives us makes us shine even more as a gemstone because of that natural resource, Lake Erie and the Cuyahoga River. You highlight all of that, of course. You talk about that, don't you, in your narrated tours?
Yes, we do. We talk about both the lake and the river, and people are amazed to see our lake. I had a cousin come in from Colorado. His wife had lived in Colorado her whole life, and she was surprised that this is an ocean. I can't see the other side of this lake, and it's fun to show people that.
And how many people can you take at one time?
We can take up to 850 passengers,
wow,
so we have a lot of room.
We have a good time.
Yes.
No pun intended, but I guess it does work. And what are ticket prices, generally speaking?
Our senior tickets are $14. Our kids' tickets, ages 5 through 12, are $9. And then our adults are $17 for our day trips. Our night trips are different.
And it's a wonderful, wonderful cruise.
Yes.
Well, tell everybody on the Good Time, that we had a wonderful time.
I will. Thank you for having us.
Rochelle Gluss, she's operations manager for the Good Time 3, and we not only celebrating Cleveland, but we celebrate the Good Time 3 for being here for 55 years.
Thank you.
What a tour it is. What a trip it is. Thank you, Rochelle.
Thank you.
Taking a break right now. This is Kaleidoscope. I'll be right back in just a moment with more. But first, these words especially for you. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope. United Way of Greater Cleveland hosts its annual Pancake Flip on August the 29th. Special events manager for United Way, Michelle Carver, is here to talk about the event, which is a kickoff for the organization's annual campaign. Good to have you with us, Michelle Carver.
Thank you, Leon. It's great to be here.
United Way celebrating a big birthday.
We sure are. We are turning 100 years old this year.
It doesn't seem like 100 years, not that I was here 100 years ago, but so many things happened in 1913 in this town, and United Way was one of those. What we come to know as United Way.
So it started as the Federation for Charity and Philanthropy all those years ago.
And I think that was the first in the nation.
It was. It started in Cleveland. And the whole idea of coming together and raising money for other organizations was developed in Cleveland by a lot of our ancestors here.
So how do we celebrate all of this now? What do we do?
Well, we have our centennial that we're actually doing together with the Center for Community Solutions. It's Saturday, September 21st at the Convention Center, so people could come and join us. We'll have Tom Brokaw as our keynote speaker in Apollo's Fire, so people can come out and celebrate with us in a grand style.
Nationally known journalist Tom Brokaw.
Yes.
Good to have him here in town. And something is happening on August the 29th. I know that's coming up even before your big September 21st thing.
It's our annual campaign kickoff and pancake flip time that we do on Public Square every year. So we'll get together on Thursday, August 29th from 7 to 10 a.m. on Public Square, where we'll have the griddles going and flip pancakes and sell breakfast for $5, and it'll all go to a good cause.
I have done that. I have been on the working end of a spatula.
And we
with
hope
the
you'll
pancake flip.
join us this year.
I will try and get back down and flip another pancake. We'll try to get back down and do that, because it is certainly for a worthwhile cause. Talk about what you're going to be doing this year, and who's chairing the campaign this year.
Certainly. We have 3 co-chairs this year. We have Ira Kaplan from Benish, Friedlander, Copeland, and Aronoff, and we have Pat Pastori from PNC Bank and Terry Stewart, who's retired from the Rock Hall. So they'll be down there at 8 o'clock in the morning to announce our campaign goal. And each year we try to kind of change it up a little bit, so everyone will have to come down there at 8 o'clock to join us to see how we announce our goal this year.
And you're going to announce the goal as to the kind of money that we're trying to raise this year.
Yes. Last year we raised a little over $41 million.
And that is so vital. And how is that $41 million? Where does that money go when we raise the money every year for the last 100 years or so? Where does that money go?
Well, it's all raised in Cuyahoga County, and it all stays in Cuyahoga County, and it goes to support programs that advance education, income, and health in our community. And Greater Clevelanders are very generous with their money.
It's a wonderful feeling to know that this is such a giving community. Cleveland has long been called a giving community, and I think because of 100 years ago when the Federation began, what the forerunner of the United Way, we really put ourselves on the national map as a giving community, and many other cities have since, of course, followed suit.
Yes, they've kind of patterned their behavior after us. There's a United Way in every community, and it all began here 100 years ago.
What do you want us to keep in mind as we talk about this 100 years of celebration and the big event which gets started at Convention Center on Saturday, September the 21st?
Well, we could keep in mind over the years kind of where we've come from, and we'll celebrate our history, but we're also planning for the future. So it's very important that we just take a second to think about where we want to go from here and how our impact in the community is going to go on for years to come.
Raised $41 million last year.
Yes,
we're
we did.
Probably looking at a figure be above that now, north of 41 million.
Most likely, you'll have to join us.
They'll announce that, but
They'll
I'm
announce
guessing. If guessing serves me correct, then it usually does. We're looking at more than 41 million, but I'll let the officials make their official announcement on that. About how many groups benefit from United Way? You know, we talked about how that money gets divided up.
We have I think about 130 different agencies that we fund programs at.
And you want people to be able to contribute. I contribute through my job here at News Channel 5.
Yes, we have about 80,000 donors in the local area.
So you've always got the businesses in Cleveland who sign up, and they will make sure that they will collect that money from their employees and then funnel it on to the United Way, and you distribute it to the organization.
Yes, we distribute it to other organizations, and we have a group of volunteers that help us figure out what the best impact would be.
Your special events manager, anything you're looking at? I know you've got your hands full for the next couple of months or so at least. Is there anything else that you're looking at downrange with United Way?
Well, I know we have several different ideas brewing and things that we'd like to hear from the community, so everyone should just check our website and just come and advocate for us, volunteer for us, and give.
And of course, that website is unitedwaycleveland.org, unitedwaycleveland.org. And by the way, you can get more information on the big kickoff by going to unitedwaycleveland.org/kickoff. Get more information on everything we've been talking about. It's been good for you to be over that United Way.
It has been. I've been there for quite some time now. It's a very great organization.
And you know your United Way is making an impact on the lives of people and saving lives in this community.
It really is.
Which is really what it's all about.
Yes.
When it started in 1913, I bet somebody had that very same conversation. We've got to help our fellow man and woman.
We have a a copy of a New York Times article that was published in 1913, in April of 1913, and to read it is just amazing what it says about the organization it started.
New York City is saying, look at Cleveland back in 1913.
Back in 1913, making national headlines.
They're still saying it, too. Thank you so much, Michelle Carver, Special Events Manager. By the way, you can call United Way at 436-2100 in the 216 area code. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Leon.
Okay, taking a break right now. We'll be back with the Morning Exchange segment with my good friend Marsha Maccabee of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. Welcome to the Morning Exchange segment of Kaleidoscope, and I always have our good friend here, Marsha Maccabee, president of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. Hey, Marsha.
Hey, Leon. How are you doing?
Okay. I wonder what's on your mind today.
Well, you know what? We were just talking about how important family reunions are before we came on the air.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is a wonderful time of year when families are celebrating and really looking back on the rich legacy of their families and the history within the families and the connections that are so important.
Yeah.
So I think that I just want to say to our viewing audience out there that this is a great time to celebrate and really stay focused on the family. There are tough things going on in our communities. There are tough things going on in the world, and family is important. We need to stay connected and really use that power to help pull us through.
And it's always good to look back in the genealogy history, too,
Absolutely.
to find out who was who
Absolutely.
and what they did back there.
Absolutely. You can find some interesting things.
I have been looking in my own history,
Yes.
going back to the Bibb family over
Okay.
here and over there. And says,
Okay.
oh, I didn't know they did that.
I know.
There's a little of this and a little of that.
And it happens in every
But
family.
it's good to know where you came from
It
and where your
is.
people
It
came
is.
from.
It is, because, you know, of course, that saying is we don't know where we're going, you know, unless we know where we came from. So that connection to the past is so important.
And of course, keeping that theme in our final 30 seconds,
Yes.
you are about strengthening families with
Absolutely.
the Urban League, the families of
Absolutely.
today who are living and breathing in the household.
Absolutely. So we're working with youth on the proactive side, and we're working with adults and trying to make that family unit even stronger.
Okay. Many thanks. Marsha Maccabee, always with words of wisdom on Kaleidoscope in what we call the Morning Exchange segment. That's going to do it. I'm Leon Bibb. Take care and be well.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.